Let's make some stuffed pork chops with broccoli rabe. I have a bone-in pork loin I'm going to use. I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. We're going to make some broccoli rabe. We're going to saute a little garlic in oil. Let the garlic get a little brown. You don't want it too dark. You just want it a little brown. We're going to add some chicken stock, and then we're going to add our broccoli rabe. The key to this is to not overcook the broccoli rabe. You just want it tender, so you want to kind of let it steam just a little bit and then take it off the heat. It should look like this. Nice and bright, nice color, and not soft and mushy. So we're going to open up this pork loin. This is where I went wrong, and if I ever do this again, I will do it a little differently. I should have trimmed off a little bit more and pounded this meat out, made it thinner. It would have been easier to roll, easier to tie later on. But if I ever do this again, it's something I would do differently moving forward. For instance, in this step right here is where I would have, after I got through these cuts, took a little bit more off and then pounded it out. So now our meat is ready, and we're going to lay down some cheese. And I used a Scamozza cheese here. This it's like a drier version of mozzarella, but very, very tasty. And we have some prosciutto, which, everybody loves prosciutto. Some roasted peppers. And then we're going to lay down the broccoli rabe. And we want a nice, even amount throughout the whole thing. And then I'm going to top it off with Asiago. Why? Because Asiago is one of my favorite cheeses. That's why. And here is going to be where pounding out the pork would have been ideal, because you'll see now as I try to roll this thing, it would have been a lot easier if the meat was thinner and easy. It would have been easier to roll and now tie. By the way, I'm very rusty at tying. I'm a little out of practice, so my tying skills kind of suck. And once this thing is all tied up nice and tight, as you can see, it's tied up really tight. We're going to rub it down with some pork tallow that I had rendered down from the fat and the clippings from this pork loin. And we're going to get it nice and seasoned. Remember, all the sides, everything has to be seasoned. Get it ready for the oven. I have the oven at 375 degrees, and in it goes. While the oven is doing its thing, we're going to make a little sauce. So I have a little butter. I'm going to make a little roux with that, a little flour. I'm going to let that cook, let it get to where you can almost smell a nutty, almost like a hazelnut type of smell. Then we're going to add some stock. So, by the way, I cheated a little bit. I didn't show you something that after this pork loin came out of the oven, I did use some of the drippings to make this sauce. I didn't show you that, sorry. But then I'm going to add the mushrooms and let that simmer for a while the pork loin is just relaxing. It's time to get this bad boy on a cutting board so I can cut it open and show you what it looks like on the inside. Now it's time to plate up. So if you like what I'm doing, if you want to see more, I'd like to hear from you. Comment, let me know what's going on out there. Like, share, follow, all that fun stuff. And you can make suggestions too. I listen to everybody. So until we meet again, take care, brush your hair.